Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Fox Meteorologist Kevin Craig. I just want to give you folks an update on the Facebook Live page, so thanks for following us. We got some weather coming in tonight, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing the Facebook Live here. We want to make sure that we're all on the same page and that everybody knows what to expect. And there is a fair amount of accumulating snow that's going to be coming in here through the evening, the overnight hours. And by the time we hit daybreak on Tuesday, a lot of that is already going to be done and over with. So we have the ability to be able to switch to graphics. So we're going to go graphics full here, and you'll get a much better idea of what's going on because we'll go through this. So, and I'll narrate you through this here. Now, some of this gets cut off by Fox 47 face or the actual Facebook page itself. But that's okay. I will reiterate some of the things that are being cut off here. You can see these are winter weather advisories that we have in effect in purple there. So everything in purple is under a winter weather advisory. These are each county is under winter weather advisories through Tuesday at noon. I expect in the Lansing area, by the time all is said and done, we're probably going to see about 5 to 7 inches. And I'll show you the forecast models here in just a moment. And then more snow, more serious situation, a little bit more snow is going to be in those areas of pink. Those are winter storm warnings that remain in effect across our southern counties. So we're talking St. Joseph County, Branch County, Hillsdale County, and then as you get over towards Ann Arbor, Adrian, Detroit, Flint, Port Huron, and up into the Thumb area, those areas in pink, those are all winter storm warnings. You'll see more snow there. The whole idea is here is the further south and east you go of Lansing, likely the heavier the snow will be. I do have some bullet points and some weather points that we want to make here with you. The next few hours are going to be fine here. So if you need to run out and you're getting some things either from the store or you want to get some gas for the snowblower, which would be a great idea, by the way, you've got time to do that. I don't think we're going to see this snow until 6 o'clock or later, so it'll be coming in around or just after the dinner hour. So that's what the steady to moderate snow will begin early this evening. And then as we go through the mid to late evening and overnight, that snow will get heavy at times, and there may be, in some cases, I would fully expect that we would see at least 1 to perhaps 2 inches of snowfall rate per hour. So it doesn't take long at all for that to start stacking up. This is not going to be a thick, heavy, wet snow. We're still entrenched in the Arctic air across the area. We expect it to be a light, fluffy snow that's going to be easily blown around, and we are going to increase their winds through the evening and the overnight hours as well. So there's going to be blowing and drifting, reduced visibilities, and a lot of our wind chill factors are going to be well below zero. So keep that in mind. That's all stuff that we're dealing with once this gets underway. So again, we expect about 5 to 7 inches of snow in the greater Lansing area by Tuesday morning, and that's certainly that Tuesday morning commute is going to be impacted. If you're wondering how we arrive at snowfall totals, there are several forecast models that we look at. This is one of them. This is what we call the European forecast model for you weather geeks that follow along with the weather. You can see in Lansing in the middle of the screen, this is showing about 5.1 inches. I think on this model, that's probably a little bit low, but it's in the ballpark because I'm forecasting probably 5, 6, maybe 7 inches in Lansing. You can see how the amounts get heavier as you head down to the south and east and how they get lighter as you head off to the north and west. Now, let me look at another forecast model and show you folks this. This is our GFS model as well. This gives you an idea and a flavor of what we expect. The theme is the same. Heavier amounts of snow to the south and east of Lansing, lighter amounts of snow off to the north and west. But you can see for Lansing, this is given about 7.3 inches. There are a few other models that we look at. We take all of that into consideration and under advisement when we put a forecast together. So that's what we're thinking. I'm thinking probably about 5 to 7 inches in the greater Lansing area by the time this system pulls out of here on Tuesday morning. So your Lansing forecast for the remainder of today, again, some of this being cut off by Facebook Live, but let's go through it. We'll see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies through the afternoon hours, but then the clouds sticking up later this afternoon. That snow will develop around and after the dinner hour, and then it will pick up in intensity through the evening. Daytime highs today about 13 degrees, and we'll have north winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then for tonight, well, that snow is likely going to be heavy. 5 to 7 inches by tomorrow morning before that system pulls out by around daybreak. And again, maybe a little bit more than that, probably on the higher side if you're along and south of the I-94 corridor, like for our viewers down in the Jackson area. Tonight, we'll have winds out of the north at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. That will generate wind chills that will be down about probably into the single digits to around 10 below zero. So when you're going out through the overnight hours and tomorrow morning to shovel this, that's what you're going to want to dress for. Here's our future track computer forecast model. This will show you graphically how things will unfold. We'll pick this up at 3:30 this afternoon. Notice there's no snow in our area, but as we put this into motion, you'll see all that blue. That's the snow that's coming up from the south and west with this particular storm system. Some of these areas in blue, those darker bands of blue or purple that you see, those are the snowfall rates that could exceed 1 inch per hour. So we expect this to be a pretty decent amount of snowfall in a very short amount of time. You would think that if this gets started about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, and I'm saying that it's going to already be lifting out of here by daybreak on Tuesday, that's only about a 10 to 12 hour window of some very heavy snow that's got to be moving in here and moving into, through, and eventually out of the area. This is at 9 p.m. That snow is expected to be coming down at a pretty good clip. We go through the overnight hours, and already by 8:30 on Tuesday morning, most of that snow is lifting out of here. Those lines that you see on the map that are moving, those yellow lines, those are wind stream lines. They show us the flow at the surface, so we're going to be getting a northerly wind, and it's going to be fairly brisk through the overnight hours and into tomorrow as well. That's why I said our wind chills are going to be diving below zero. By 8 p.m. on Tuesday, there's not much going on. Matter of fact, most of Tuesday will be dry. And in fact, with high pressure building in, we may start to thin out some of the cloud cover by Wednesday. Could even see a few breaks of sunshine by the time we get into and go through the day on Wednesday. So the problem time frame is going to be through the evening hours, the overnight hours, and into early tomorrow morning if your travel plans take you out at that time on Tuesday morning. As we look at our 7-day planner, which you'll find, we'll go over and recap today. PM snow showers, again, those develop around or after the dinner hour. Those continue all the way into about 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Tuesday, we're looking for cloudy skies, but generally dry. Maybe a few lingering flurries, and that would be it. With highs only around 16 degrees. Wind chills are going to be in the single digits, down to around 0. As we get into Wednesday, we're talking temperatures around 21 degrees. And we expect to maybe see a little bit of sunshine. And then we should be warming up after that. That is something to look forward to. We've been in the Arctic chill here over the last several days, the last week, week and a half. By the time we get into Saturday, and certainly by Sunday, we could be breaking the freezing mark. So that certainly is some good news, because it's been quite a while since we've had temperatures that warm, and we're going to want to thaw out, by that time as well. So let's see here. Got some of you folks. We try to interact with a few of you folks as well here because we've got some time. Leslie Kronk says, hello, how are you, sir? I'm fine, just watching. It's always a busy day for us in a weather center like this, because we've got our meteorologists that are working on things, and they're looking at the latest forecast model runs, and we're adjusting that. There's usually a handful of forecast model runs throughout the day. If you folks are familiar with military time, everything's done in like a Z time or a Zulu time or a military time. There's a Z run, there's a 12Z run, there's an 18Z run. There are model runs that are in between those as well. But we're looking at those constantly and fine-tuning the forecast. But we feel pretty confident in the 5 to 7 inch range there. The only thing that can be tricky is a lot of the forecast models print snow output in a 10 to 1 ratio, which means